Hi, it's the Brooker, that gratitude guy. Okay, we're going to start off the week with a subject that's near and dear to my heart, certainly around gratitude, but that's managing stress. It's so important when we manage our stress. Life is very stressful, but we've got to keep things in perspective. And I was thinking about this one day when I thought about how do we manage, and certainly gratitude, as I'll talk about in a second, is a huge, huge piece of that. But it's always about keeping things in perspective. And that's one of the big things that gratitude will do. And specifically, of course, writing in the gratitude journal. It helps keep things in perspective. I'm sure you may have heard that story once about the gentleman that said he felt bad because he had no shoes until he saw a gentleman that had no feet. So it's always about keeping that in perspective. And if you don't, one of the things is stress can kill you. I remember a doctor buddy of mine once said, overweight, drinking, smoking, all these other things combined, all these bad habits that people get as they try to cope with life, combined, will not get you as much as stress will. I thought of a story that kind of related how you have to manage your stress and manage your perspective and keep things in check, if you will. I've been a pilot for many, many years. Years ago, I was on a flight down to the ocean from where I live, and all of a sudden I got caught up in the storm, and I had my wife with me and another couple. So it got really, really scary, and we turned around to head back to where I lived, and all of a sudden I was panicking. I was pulling up on the yoke, and the stall horn started to go off, which means the plane is going to stall. I could feel my little heart beating. I was not managing this stress at all well. I thought this could be the end. I decided to look over, and all of a sudden I think I'm straight and level. I'm in a 60-degree bank turn to the right. And I remember what my instructor said. They said, don't ever panic. Always remember what you were taught. Always think clearly about that. Take a deep breath. Take an inventory of your thoughts, if you will, and pull it back in and manage the situation. Fortunately, I was able to straighten out the plane, lower the nose, kept climbing up through the clouds. It was very, very scary in an instrument situation. And to make matters worse, it was at night. Gosh, it must have been 15, 20 minutes later, we broke through the clouds at 10,000 feet. And I remember thinking, I was so glad I caught myself and was aware of it. There was another time earlier when I was scuba diving, and I got the mouthpiece in my mouth, and it started to pull out, and I was getting half water, half air, and I started panicking. And I remember back then thinking, hold on, think about what's happening to you now. Think about it. Don't panic. Take the assessment of the thing. I put the mouthpiece firmly back in my mouth, cleared out the water, started breathing. My lungs were breathing back and forth. I was very much in a panic situation, but I got control of it. So think about that. Always keep it in perspective. Be aware of the situation, and something that will make a huge difference is take it around gratitude. Think about the gratitude. Think about things that you're grateful for. That perspective will change, just like the gentleman that had no shoes and saw the gentleman with no feet. Write in that gratitude journal every day. If you need a gratitude journal, go to thebrooker.com. I highly recommend it. 7.5 to 8 minutes a day will completely change your life. It refocuses your brain and reframes the picture to something of a much more positive nature. So manage that stress. Remember, it can just absolutely change your life. And with that gratitude journal, I promise will make a big difference. Have a grateful day. We'll see you on the video tomorrow. Thanks a lot.